Hello, I am Bethany Bullock, the president of Northeast State Community College. Northeast State is an open access, comprehensive community college located within the Appalachian Highlands region. We have campuses in Blountville, Johnson City, Kingsport, and Elizabethton. Our mission at Northeast State is to advance lifelong learning and to strengthen our community through innovative educational programs and services. You know, the COVID-19 pandemic has offered us a unique opportunity to reflect on our mission and to respond to the needs of our community, our students, and our industry partners. During this difficult time, I am continually humbled to be part of this college and to serve this community. The challenges associated with COVID-19 in our society are all too familiar. However, in the midst of chaos, there has been a silver lining. In some ways, we've become stronger, more resilient, and more focused. Northeast State's goal has always been to graduate students who are able, competent, and powerful with a focus on our core values of respect, responsibility, and responsiveness. Although our goals have not changed, the way in which we go about reaching our goals have. I am forever grateful for this dedication, for the dedication this college has shown during the pandemic. We've adapted, we've shown tenacity, and we are steadfast. And because of it, our community holds an even greater hope for our future. Things may never be the same, but the way in which we respond to adversity must never change. We must continue to persevere. A common enemy has brought us closer together, and we are united. My hope as president is that you see what I have seen, that when a community college is faced with crisis, it is uniquely positioned to pivot quickly and to not miss a step in its mission to serve the community. It's my pleasure to share with you how Northeast State Community College did just that.
Hi, I'm Ross Roberts, Professor of Teacher Education here at Northeast State. 2020 presented higher education with possibly the greatest challenge many of us have ever faced as educators. On March 13th, 2020, all classes on campus went virtual. Our students needed to continue their semester, and whether they had signed up for online classes or not, it was irrelevant. This created an immediate need to ensure that our students had access to the technology that we all suddenly needed to have. The College Aid in Response to an Emergency Situation Scholarship, or CARES effort, was established to raise money and assist students in need through the Advancement Office. Our students here at Northeast State then created Wi-Fi hotspots around campus for the community and for students to use from the safety of their own vehicles. Trainings were implemented to support instructors and our students on our learning management systems to ensure an easier transition into the virtual environment. It was truly an all-hands-on-deck approach to helping our students finish out the semester. We quickly realized that technology was not the only thing our students needed. Essentials like food, transportation, utilities, and rent assistance were an ever-present danger to the well-being of our campus community. The grassroots effort of CARES garnished over $36,000 in support from faculty, staff, students, and the community as a whole. These dollars, in conjunction with other community resources, helped countless students cross the finish line and even enroll for subsequent semesters, getting them that much closer to their professional and personal goals. Personally, I can say that the events during this time presented a real challenge for my students. Many of them were suddenly not earning a paycheck due to their employers closing for the foreseeable future, and many of their parents experienced the same. It was an extremely challenging experience for everyone, and many of my students struggled to find a balance between their courses while also scrambling to bring in income because they still had financial obligations. However, due to a college initiative launched through the college's foundation, we were able to fill in the gaps that students and their families faced. I personally helped several of my students get connected with things like webcams, mobile internet, and even transportation. Students and educators alike experienced a trial by fire in the remote teaching and learning environment. For some, online classes were all too familiar, while for others, it was quite a learning curve. The looming questions of student engagement, attendance policies, deadlines, testing methods, all to name a few, was much like a pilot in unfamiliar skies. Nearly all of this was made possible by the support that we received through the CARES effort, which was funneled directly to those in our campus community who needed it the most. In the end, we have all grown from this experience, and we're confident in our ability to tackle whatever the future holds because we know that we are a part of an amazing community.
Hello, my name is Shelby McKenzie, and I'm here today in our beautiful technical education complex to talk about engagement. We all know engagement is one key aspect of student success. For our campus, the more a student is involved with clubs, organizations, or intramural sports, the more likely they are to graduate. Engagement isn't easy for a college where students commute. It's especially challenging when most everything is virtual. But at a time when we are all separated, engagement has never been more important. Throughout 2020 and into 2021, divisions all across campus work together to engage our students in creative and unique ways. Texting and social media have become primary platforms for conversation in day-to-day life. Most of us check our social media long before email, and our students are no different. When the pandemic began, we harnessed these platforms to encourage and relate to one another. Counseling sent out invites for coffee and conversation, student leadership held a town hall, Student Life hosted a club fair and a dance competition, all of which were virtual. The college even hosted its first ever online commencement that broadcast simultaneously on evening television and online. We also started a college podcast series that highlighted issues like self-care and technology pro tips. Advising was a Zoom call away and gave students that much needed one-on-one interaction. We utilized Signalvine to reach our entire student body for important communications and relied on email and D2L to engage classroom conversations. Engagement in the classroom looks completely different online. Instead of raising a hand, asking the person next to you, or holding study groups in the library, students shifted to utilizing forums for conversing and adjusting to Zoom for classroom engagement. Students weren't the only ones facing an uphill battle. We have amazing educators at Northeast State, and their ability to change course modality in under a week was remarkable. By spring 2020, 70% of all of our instruction was online, and we continue to discover new and innovative ways to engage students. Like most colleges, our student population includes a healthy balance of what we refer to as traditional students, non-traditional or adult learners, and high school students who are looking to jumpstart their college credits. Out of 6,000 students, nearly 800 are dual enrollment, and they can be the most difficult demographic to engage. As director of the University Parallel Dual Enrollment Program, I'm proud to say that we frequently followed up with our high school dual enrollment students to make sure they had the resources and support that they needed to finish a tough semester in a positive way.
Hi, I'm Robert McKinney, instructor for adult education at Northeast State. Even though I work full-time in higher education, 30 years of my career was spent working in industry for Eastman Chemical Company. I am passionate about this community and excited to tell you how we reached out during the pandemic. After we addressed the areas of access and engagement for our students, the college shifted to also helping our community as a whole. These outreach efforts focused on working with industry partners and local entrepreneurs to offer workforce training. Our Northeast State Foundation applied and received funding through the Tennessee Department of Human Services to respond to the impacts of COVID-19. The Tennessee Community Cares Grant allowed us to provide 106 people who were furloughed or unemployed with workforce and professional development. Funds also covered the cost of face coverings that were mailed to all enrolled students for fall and spring. In addition, we were able to compile a list of community resources and distribute these to those in need. Simple acts like creating face shields for our local healthcare providers allowed us to show our commitment and support to those around us. While the pandemic certainly presented challenges to our local community, we were able to work together with our industry partners and to persevere. And that is just the kind of community that we live in. People supporting other people to make sure everyone can succeed. This is just one of the many reasons that I love our college. As we move forward in the coming months, Northeast State will continue to respond to the needs of our students and our community as they arise. We will continue to exhibit strength and resilience. We will make sure those around us know they can count on us. As we continue with the community colleges of Appalachia, it has been a pleasure to share with you our game plan for answering the needs of our community through the lens of access, engagement, and outreach.